I just got back from Dallas where I had a chance to interview two athletes whose lives are being changed by Max GXL. The one we're going to look at now is Art Sellinger, a two-time national long drive champion, recognized by the Golf Channel as the authority on power golf. And you're going to hear why he believes every golfer should be on Max GXL. Let's take a look. Tell me about Art Sellinger today, what you're doing.
Well, Art Sellinger today owns Long Drivers of America. I couldn't win that event anymore, Steve, so I bought it. And I produced the event for ESPN, the RE/MAX World Long Drive Championship. It's going to be coming up on television December 20th on ESPN and December 25th on ESPN2. It'll be seen worldwide.
Now tell me how you found out about Max and what it's meant to you.
Max, I was introduced to the product 8 months ago, like everybody else. You know, we have our issues when it comes to whether it's focus or stamina or just general soreness, and I was experiencing a lot of stuff. And I was introduced to the product and just found it amazing. It's been a fantastic experience, and I'm enjoying the game. I'm playing a lot of golf. When I do get a chance to play, I play a lot of golf. That could mean 36, 54 holes in a day.
Wow. Wow. And you can get through that.
I really can. I can now go hit 300-400 practice balls. I can hit golf balls for a prolonged period of time and not have the issues that I was having before, for sure.
And you couldn't do that before you got on Max?
No, that's an absolute no. I was having major problems.
My big issue before is I was getting the club up too much. And now I'm trying to get the club deeper into my right side. That's so critical for me to get that chest to the back so I can come in from that position. I never could get there before.
Wow.
And I was getting more over the top, not rotational enough, finishing more like this, causing some stuff in my back. Now I can get my shoulder to the target, never could get there. So that's my whole goal in my swing, is get this shoulder to the target.
And you couldn't do that before Max?
Well, I definitely had impingement all over the place to where I could not get rotational. So I'd collapse and lift, then I'd try to hit it with my hands and didn't have the rotation. I found a lot of photos and video of this position rather than that position, and that's critical. So I'm just going to sit here, 2 turns and a whoosh, trying to get through. Nothing blocks me, so watch the right shoulder. That was the key side for me, was the right side. Boom.
Wow.
And now look where I'm at. I'm getting my chest to the left like I've never been before.
Now how far was that?
That was a good one.
It just
my favorite part is it's
perfectly
straight. It always went far, but the straight part was the hard part.
Wow.
So the swing I'm kind of learning, again, is more connected, more rotational. That probably flew 310 yards.
I swing the golf club over 120 miles an hour. I used to swing it 150 miles an hour.
Wow.
And you know, to give people an idea, the average player is going to swing the club 80 miles an hour. So swinging the club 50% harder and faster than most, and you're going to use all the joints in your body and things like that, so it's definitely taxing.
How long could you go before you'd really start to feel the fatigue set in, whether it was mentally or physically?
It was really physical. I mean, all sorts of issues again in the body that just could not keep up from the impact.
So before, how many holes could you do comfortably before you got on the
Well, I
product?
mean, you know, definitely would never walk.
Okay.
I would always play in a cart, and now I walk and carry at least once a week at my club. And I would hit a half a bag of balls, which is about 45 golf balls. And now if I have time, I can hit 3-4 bags of golf balls. That's no issue. I can hit golf balls all day long and take the pounding, and I'm fine.
So on a 1 to 10, where were you before the product?
I would have to say I was a 3.
Okay. And
Or 4 just from good gifted ability, and now I'm fine. I mean, if you want to call it a 10, that's great. I mean, I have no, knock wood, I have no issues right now.
Now what's that do for the way you feel about yourself and during the day?
Well, it makes a big difference, especially from performance-wise. I expect to see and feel a certain way on the golf course. I've hit golf balls my whole life. That's all I've done since I was 9 years old.
Wow.
And I hit a lot of golf balls, and I entertain. I've done over 2,000 golf shows in 24 countries around the world. So I can always get amped up for that, and that's nice. But now, you know, it's great to play 18 holes, and then if there's time, I can go play another 18.
Wow. Now, have you gotten any friends or any competitors on the product and seen anything with them?
I have. Bobby Wilson is a dear friend, and Bobby's probably the winningest player in our Long Drivers of America history. Jason Zuback won 5 world titles, but Bobby's won 12 of these LDA Tour events, and he's also won a world championship. And Bobby pulled off a pretty good miracle at 53 years old. Bobby won both the senior competition and the super senior competition this past October in Mesquite, Nevada.
Where was he before he started on the product?
Well, he was having a lot of issues, physical issues, and again, to hit in 3 divisions in that week, there's not enough time for me to explain you what kind of pounding we're talking about right there and how hard you're hitting the golf ball, basically for 7 straight days. Wow. And again, we're not talking about a 6-foot putt or a 50-yard wedge shot. We are talking about hitting the golf ball as far as humanly possible. There's no second shot in this game. There's a 450-yard grid. Who can hit it the furthest down that grid in the fairway is the winner. Wow. Bobby, at 53 years old, averaged 370 yards per tee shot. And to put that in perspective, when you look at a Tiger Woods play the game, or the highest speed players on tour, they're averaging 310 to 320.
Wow.
So these are extraordinary distances.
Wow. Well, Art, what are some of the other things you've noticed since you've been on the product? You've been on it for 8 months now. You've had to have seen.
And I'm sure everybody watching thinks I just have this great life of playing golf every day, and it's far from it. I'm busy at home with 2 wonderful kids, and I own 3 businesses. Long Drivers of America, I have my golf shop as well, and I have a management company managing some of the players. I still do a few outings, and I am 24/7. I am busy, and you know, the emails don't turn off and the texts don't turn off. And I'm traveling about 120 days a year. So I'm very busy with my lifestyle and my business. And I just noticed I don't hit the wall. It's just period. I don't hit the wall. I'm up every single morning with my son at 6 a.m. And I'll just go full out till probably 11:30, 12 o'clock every day and have no issue and just keep going. So I kind of take it for granted now and hope it doesn't end.
Yeah, it won't end. Now, you mentioned that you do have a Max business. You're an independent associate.
I am.
Tell me why you're doing that. You got 3 other businesses. You're full-time in. Why add Max to it?
Well, that's a good question, and I struggled with that choice to bring that into my life. And again, add something that, because if I'm going to do something, I'm going to be very passionate about it. And the easiest part of this is the product's fantastic. So the product works. That's the given, and it's very easy to talk about. The product tells a story. The product has the answers. The person that got me involved, you know, told me about this opportunity, and I love business. And I'm fortunate to say, and I know you do, since I'm 21 years old, I've never worked for anybody in my life, and nor will I ever. And so I love being an entrepreneur. I feel entrepreneur-like in this, introducing people to a product, a great product, not having to be a salesman, a real hard salesman. You know, you don't have to do that. And I just need to find some time and share my passion and let the product fly. I've got some wonderful friends and people involved underneath me that are really in the same boat I am. And I really see it's gonna take off.
Relax the mind, look at the target, big turn, boom.
Man.
And it's just got to happen on autopilot like that. It needs to happen more like that more often.
Well, now you are so consistent. I've watched you hit maybe 10 balls, and every single one has been exactly where you said it was going to be. You said one's going to go off to the right this time and a little further. That's where you put it. But all the straight ones that you said were going to go straight, I mean, how can you be so consistent? That's what's...
Well, I practice this game a lot and work hard at it. But I want to tell you that I feel good. I feel really good that I can get there and not stop and have to really hit with the hands. And that's been a big thing for me. Again, this side of my body, every coach tried to tell me to get this deep, get back there, from Chuck Cook on, all the best instructors, got to get deep, and I couldn't get there. My body just couldn't get there, so it's there.
Wow.
And now, you know, it's the same thing with the irons, the same deal, but I of course, I would normally in a practice session hit 8 to 10 drives, and that was it. Everything else would be irons, just to kind of watch myself, work the short flags, and now I'll do that, and I'll finish my session with 60, 70 drives.
Wow.
No problem.
Wow. Man.
If I could just putt, Steve. But that was a good one there. I love that. And it's good to feel good.